iPhone trap. Can I actually get out of this 36-month iPhone lease without paying a fortune? Part 2 series.
iPhone leasing. It sounds like a great idea, right? You get to use the latest model without the hefty upfront cost. But for many consumers, it's turned into a nightmare. You're stuck in a long-term contract, and it's not as flexible as you thought it'd be. Carriers and Apple love to promote leasing as an easy upgrade path. They make it seem like you can just swap out your phone every year or so, and you'll always have the latest and greatest. But the reality is often different. You're committing to a long-term contract, sometimes up to 36 months, and it's not always easy to get out of it. The terms can be confusing, and before you know it, you're locked in. These contracts can be less flexible than traditional financing options. With traditional financing, you can usually pay off the device at any time without penalties. Leasing contracts, on the other hand, often come with strict terms. You're expected to keep the device for the full term, and if you try to get out of it early, you'll face some hefty fees. The terms of these leases can be tricky to understand. You're not actually owning the phone, you're just renting it. And at the end of the lease, you'll have to return the phone or upgrade to a new one. But what if you want to buy the phone outright? What if you don't want to upgrade? The options are limited, and that's when the problems start. Let's dive deeper into those 36-month contracts. That's a long time to be committed to a device. The terms are often hidden in fine print, and that's where the trouble starts. You might not realize you're committing to a 3-year contract, and before you know it, you're stuck. Upgrade cycles, trade-in values, and early termination fees. These are just a few things you need to watch out for. For example, what if the phone isn't in great condition when you return it? You might be charged for damages, and that can add up quickly. Or what if you want to upgrade to a new phone before the lease is up? You might have to pay a fee to get out of the contract early. These are just a few things to consider. I've seen people get stuck in these leases and realize too late that they're in a tough spot. Take Sarah, for instance. She leased an iPhone for 36 months, thinking she'd upgrade in a year. But when she tried to trade in her phone, she found out it was worth much less than she expected. She was stuck with a hefty bill and a phone she didn't want anymore. The financial traps are real. You're not just paying for the phone. You're also paying for the privilege of using it. And, if you're not careful, you can end up owing more money than the phone is worth. That's a nightmare scenario. So, what's the takeaway? Be wary of long leases, and always read the fine print. Don't get caught in a contract that's not flexible. Consider alternatives, like buying the phone outright or choosing a shorter lease term. Have you had a similar experience with an iPhone lease? Let me know in the comments. If you want to avoid getting trapped in a bad contract, subscribe for more consumer tech advice and warnings.